having a dope-ass day today. It's your boy Alex, and I'm back today with another reaction video. And guys, we got something super interesting today. I don't do too much of this content on my channel, but it's something that I've really been enjoying, which is just like current event type of videos, political videos, inspirational videos. I've been really about that recently, and one of these videos that I came across was Denzel Washington talks about the truth behind race. Denzel Washington has been super prominent in my life, but more so from an inspirational perspective. For me, even like with Marilyn Manson and other musicians, I've been a fan of them as a person before their art. And that just comes from watching interviews. I've heard Denzel Washington give graduation speeches where he just speaks so profoundly and he's got so much wisdom that really, really helps people, and it's tremendously helped me. Whenever he was giving the speech about being surrounded by all the ghosts of your potential and not wasting that potential, it was like bone chilling for me. So to be honest, I know this is gonna slap a lot of y'all's gooches, but I've only seen Training Day. Haven't seen Book of Eli, haven't seen any other Denzel Washington movie.
You are an incredibly big piece of shit.
I'll do it for you. Fuck! That was harder than I thought. So I'm really interested to know what Denzel Washington has to say about this topic. So with all that being said, let's dive into it, man. Link to the original video will be down below if you want to check it out for yourself. Let's go, man.
This is about Denzel Washington, not about his acting, which is great. No, this is about his perspective. He's probably the only person in Hollywood speaking the truth about so-called race relations. Now, don't get me wrong. He's nobody's Republican. He probably wouldn't have voted for Donald Trump if you paid him. But
for Black people in particular, do you think that we can truly make change as things are right now?
Well, it starts in the home. You know, if the father's not in the home, the boy will find the father in the streets.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I saw it in my generation and every generation before me and everyone since. It starts in the home. You know, if the streets raise you, then the judge becomes your mother, and you know, and prison becomes your home.
Bedroom. Oh,
this
wow.
interviewer was determined to get Denzel Washington to go BMW. For those of you new to the El Dorado Nation, BMW stands for bitch, moan, and whine, and Denzel Washington wasn't having it.
I want to just ask you, though.
The way that she framed that question, though, do you think that we can truly make change? It's like she's already kind of setting that notion, and Larry Elder's 100% right, man. In today's culture, today's society, a lot of people like to play the victim. Their mannerisms, the way that they communicate, the way that they carry themselves is just laced with this victim mentality, and it's so annoying, man. Over that.
About the issue of race relations, because the film touches upon that. Right now, under President Obama, over the last 8 years, in your mind, have race relations improved under his leadership?
You know, race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are, I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other. We have to step forward and ask questions about each other and engage. There's no law that says, oh, because I'm president, you all got to get along now. So it's up to us.
He tried again. Denzel, talk to me about systemic, institutional, structural, foundational, endemic racism. And Denzel Washington wasn't going with it.
There's been so many protests.
Just another example of that victim mentality, right? Like, hey, let's just keep talking and get all these prominent figures in society, in movies, in society to continue saying that systemic racism is a thing. Let's keep, we get into a touchy subject, we get into a really slippery slope because regardless of the past, we have to go forward. We can make change. We have to do that. And one of my favorite quotes is from Toni Morrison. There is no such thing as race. There's not. It's totally a social construct, right? There's only one race, and that is the human race. That is us as humans. Whether you're black, white, male, female, blue, purple, fucking Warren Buffett or Jimmy Buffett, it doesn't matter, right? We are the human race. And that's speaking scientifically, that's speaking anthropologically. Racism is a construct, a social construct, and it has a social function, which is racism. There's no such thing as race, there's the human race. Absolutely love that.
In America, especially during the election, Black Lives Matter movement, for example, and those issues, has that movement in particular, the Black Lives Matter movement, helped race relations or not in America?
Well, listen, we live in America. And in America, we have the freedom to express ourselves. We shouldn't take that for granted. So whatever the movements are, whether you agree with them or don't, they have the right to express themselves. So that's one of the great things about being in this country, that you do have the right to protest.
Here's the deal.
I love her facial expression.
Democrat. He knows damn well why so many blacks are involved in the criminal justice system.
It was something I read where you talked about your people from Mount Vernon saying that, you know, like they've done like 40 years in the penitentiary together. So, and, you know, incarceration rates in America has been a problem, especially as opposed to minorities. And Roman delves into the issues around the legal system. Do you think we've made any headway in the
I
legal
think it's more important to make headway in our own house. By the time the system comes into play, the damage is done. They're not locking up 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Chicago a couple of 3-4 weeks ago, and we saw these little kids on bikes with masks on the side of their head, like 5 or 6 of them. And the driver said, "Yeah, they're little yummies." I said, "Who?" He said, "Little yummies. Look up, Google Lil Yummy." Lil Yummy was an 11-year-old murderer.
Wow.
And you look at his picture, you'll see the headshot of him, and he's like this. And he got murdered at 11 by a 14-year-old.
Wow.
Who's doing life now, and a 16-year-old.
Fuck.
No sense.
You blame the system? Where was his father? It starts in the house. It starts in the home. And yeah, well, my father got locked up. Well, where was his father?
Yeah.
Right.
And Mr. Washington talked about the friends he grew up with.
It makes me want, and I totally am aware that I am a white male. I get that. So there's, you know, that I just felt the need to say that for some reason, that I didn't grow up in that environment. That being said, I don't know what it's like to experience that, but I can understand it. I grew up in a rough household, not like that. It makes me want to say if there's anything systemic, it's the continuous cycle, the cyclic nature of a lack of fathers in the household, like he's saying. That structure, you know, who knows what path I would have been down. My dad bounced whenever I was in 6th grade, and I wouldn't have had a father figure. Luckily enough for me and my sister and me, actually. My uncle, you know, picked up the pieces, and we went to go live with him for 3 years during those teenage years for me. So without that, who knows what path I would have been down. But it's refreshing to hear this type of stuff. I got chills, dude.
And what happened to them?
Like I did talk about my 3 closest friends, and they did, you know, 15 to 25. One did 28, this and that. I was the only one of the 3 that had a father in my life, even though my parents were together. But I still had a father who was a gentle man and a good example, and they didn't. We can blame the system if we want, but they didn't lock any of us up at 7.
Yeah.
We were all doing enough to get locked up at 13. My parents sent me in another direction. They didn't have anybody to help them, and they kept doing what they was doing.
The formula for success: hard work, focus, commitment, persistence, perseverance, sacrifice.
It's like there's no one there to correct the path. You start straying off the path.
Remember,
you need someone to correct that. Without that, it's nuts.
Without goals are just dreams. And they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself a goal every day. Sometimes it's just to not curse somebody out. Simple goals, but have goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you have already done, and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day.
Hi, baby.
You heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works.
What are you looking for? The charger?
No.
Oh, you want my credit card? No. Perks of being married.
I was gonna book a ticket to that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I love you. Okay. You might as well buy a new guitar now, too. Consistency is the hard part, 100%.
Working really hard is what successful people do. And in this text, tweet, twerk world that you've grown up in, remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Remember that. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress. My mother told me, she said, yeah, because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere.
Right.
So continue to strive, continue to have goals.
Dude, I got super crazy chills, man.
Quite a contrast from this.
Being a black man in America isn't easy. The hunt is on. And you're the prey. All I'm saying is, survive.
To this,
we all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses, some teachers. Yeah, okay. Some preachers. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but it's the joy. That's where the joy is, in helping others. That's where the success is.
and at the top of Denzel Washington's list of things to do to become successful,
God, dude.
God first.
In helping others. Finally, I pray that you put your slippers way under the bed tonight, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have to get on your knees to reach them. And while you're down there, say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. It's how I live my life. That's why I am, one of the reasons why I am today. Say thank you in advance for what is already yours. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you, sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. I'll say it again.
Wow.
True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. And anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference.
Change.
Now,
Difference.
because this dastardly black conservative said good things about Denzel Washington, I hope he doesn't get canceled. I don't think he will. I'm Larry Elder, and we've got a country to save. I'll see you next time.
We do have a country to save, dude. That was honestly incredible. And that's exactly what I'm talking about with Denzel Washington. Those are those inspirational moments, those realizations, those are the things that really make a difference in people's lives. He's talking about race, the differences, the systemic nature of it. And then we transition to, hey, this is about individuals. This is about households. This is about making change. This is about two things, working hard and consistency, and satiating that itch that you have. Follow your passion. You can do anything in this world that you want. All you have to do is just continue to provide value. Follow that itch. Follow the path to helping people. And overall, just lace every day with gratitude. Be thankful every day, because the truth of the matter is, more times than not, everything that you want out of life, you already have, okay? So really let that sink in and just be thankful. A lot of times for me, whenever I start to feel like life is getting too much, I'm like, dude, what? Well, back up. Think about what happened this morning. I woke up, I got sheets on my bed. I got 2 comforters. I don't need that. I don't need all those blankets. I got like 6 pillows. I got food in the fridge. I'm wearing different clothes than I wore yesterday. I got my wife that greets me with a smile. Like I got my dog that's wagging his tail happy to see me. It's the little things in life. It is the little things that make the biggest differences, right? Something like this, it's so refreshing to hear. It's not the system. We can fix this, and we can fix our culture and our society and our world at an individual level. Starts with the man in the mirror, baby. Taking it back to Michael Jackson, let's go. But it really does. So guys, I want to say thank you so much for tuning into today's video. It was a very special one. Videos like these are the ones that I love to put out because I feel like it makes the biggest difference. So that being said, keep smiling, keep being yourself. Don't let anybody throw shade at you. I will see you tomorrow. That's a motherfucking fact, though, yeah. And don't forget how incredible you are. I love you guys. Be thankful. Peace.